SIRIUS Policy Network on Migrant Education and Network of Education Policy Centers joined their efforts to organize this conference on inclusive education in order to bring multiple stakeholders from over 30 countries to discuss the goal of inclusive education.
Well, this year we are celebrating the 25th anniversary of the Salamanca Declaration, which was signed by 92 countries, and which really was well ahead of its time in telling the world that we should not be just talking about children with special needs, because every child has their own special characteristics, abilities, interests and talents, and therefore they should be brought up to the right level of learning with the right level of support in all mainstream schools. The 2020 Global Education Monitoring Report is focusing on inclusion in education, and will try to transfer this simple but very powerful message to the rest of the world.
I think when you heard the word inclusion, you start to think about, do we have enough resources? Do we have competencies at school? Do we have the structure and this kind of system strong enough to implement this idea of inclusion and find new and suitable, promising sort of practices and procedures how to make that happen successfully.
Changing the main goal, like the global goal of education, where we now aim at an overall growth of a child, not just transmitting knowledge and information to a child. Of course, it's really challenging for teachers, and they really need continuous professional development for that. This is where we and policymakers should be focused on. Actually, they should provide the opportunities for teacher-tailored or need-tailored training, and specifically continuous mentoring and support.
And the other thing is that teachers, even when they want to implement inclusion properly, so they have to be more trained, both in initial and also in-service training for teachers. We have to offer that. And also at school level, leadership issues are very important. So the system at school and the school culture is that you have enough time and space for cooperation and planning this joint and team teaching.
There is a broad consensus among stakeholders, as well as vast policy research evidence that proves that education is key to making every student reach their potential. Unfortunately, today in EU and beyond, we have not reached this goal yet.
Networks, in our mind, have an advantage to be, on one hand, bringing together different stakeholders in a given society, but it also what drives us, what drives our interest most are networks that are transnational. So linking different policy contexts and policy debates into one specific space of discussion. So in that sense, transnational networks are very important to keep the discussion on the part of civil society at the same level to other stakeholders in education.
Inclusive education is not possible without a constructive dialogue among all stakeholders. It is our responsibility to facilitate these dialogues in order to gain commitment from all stakeholders to achieve quality education for all.